when the Apostle Paul left out of Antioch in Acts chapter 13, he was already serving as an evangelist, and you could probably say as a missionary, for at least a decade before he even arrives in Antioch in Acts chapter 13. And yet, even though he was an apostle, and even though he was a gifted communicator, and even though he was a seasoned evangelist, he still spent a year in Antioch, along with Barnabas, where the church could oversee their gifting, where the church could watch how they interacted with others, where the church could see how they could preach and teach. And then, after that year, through the Spirit's leading, through prayer, and through fasting, the church sent them out. They go off on their first missionary journey, and then after the first missionary journey, they come back around in Acts chapter 14. And at the end of Acts chapter 14, what do? They return to the local church, and they recount the wonderful things that God had done. And I love the very last verse of Acts chapter 14, where it says, "And they spent not a little time with the believers." That must be the case with missionaries that are returning home. It's not fly-by-night. It's not a Wednesday night. It's not a quick PowerPoint. They're sitting down with the believers that first sent them out, and recounting the grace of God in their ministry.